ESPN TV, your hometown choice for community events and local sports. Play ball. You're out.
From Dimmick Park in Hellertown, Pennsylvania, RCN Television presents the Blue Mountain League Game of the Week. Tonight's matchup features the Vynecrest Reds. They come in 11-17-1 as they'll take on the Royals of Hellertown. 22-6-1. They have won 11 games in a row. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Laubach along with Tom Stout. Welcome to a beautiful night for baseball. We haven't said that very often this year. And Tom Stout, the Hellertown Royals are on an amazing roll. You and I had their tie ball game. That's the last time they didn't win a game. They've won 11 in a row since then. They won the game before that one. So they have now gone 13 games without a loss. In baseball, that is a major achievement.
Yeah, just ask the Seattle Mariners. They haven't won a game in the month of July, I believe. But again, the Royals, a veteran team, Gary. Pitching, hitting, fielding, they're just loaded with veterans. And they are the cream of the crop in the regular season in the BML this year.
Both these teams have 3 games left before the playoffs. Of course, Vynecrest will not be in the playoffs this year. They were there last year. But I don't care if you're competitive and you're going up against a team that's won 11 in a row. They are a little bit of your arch enemy.
Without a doubt. The Reds, things haven't gone the way they expected. But again, they got a lot of young kids, a lot of young players that want to prove to themselves that, hey, we belong in this league, and the Reds are building for the future.
And of course, we've got 2 very good pitchers going tonight, Amy and Severi. Amy, of course, has been a veteran. Severi has been a veteran. Should be a very good pitching match.
Both pitchers, they start, they finish. Severi for the Reds, 9 starts this year, 9 complete games. He's a workhorse, and Ryan Amy speaks for himself. He's been a veteran in this league. Quality pitcher.
In talking to Bob Zerfas before the ball game for Hellertown, he told me that he's already trying to look at the matchups that he will get in the playoffs. So he may work some other pitchers in tonight just to get everybody a little work before the Blue Mountain League playoffs begin in just 2 weeks. When we come back, we'll have the introduction of tonight's starting lineups. It's the Reds taking on the Royals. It's Blue Mountain League Baseball Game of the Week. Stay with us.
Come get an edge on the competition at the Hitter's Edge, the premier batting cage facility in the Lehigh Valley where you can shoot some hoops, play pool, or enjoy the many gaming machines. Get out of the heat and practice your batting skills in the comfort of our air-conditioned facility, located just 1.6 miles north of the Lehigh Valley Mall on Eberhard Road. At the Hitter's Edge, we have many different club membership levels available. Discounted cage rates. We specialize in birthday parties for both boys and girls of all ages. Hey coaches, give your team the edge. Call today and ask about our special discount rates for team rentals. Visit our website, thehittersedge.com.
Welcome back to Dimmick Park as the Hellertown Royals have taken the field trying to win their 12th game in a row. But let's take a look at the Vynecrest Reds starting lineups. But first of all, the umpires we will give you behind home plate. You get a look. Joe Shaw is on the right, and the veteran Bill Pencil will be out on the base paths. And now we'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Reds. They will lead it off with number 12, Josh Rogers. He'll play second base. Batting second, Tyler Brong, number 15. He's at first base. Max Mueller is the DH. He wears number 7 and will bat third. In the cleanup spot is Dan Borden. He is the right fielder and wears number 19. The catcher is Ben Chambers, number 10. He'll bat fifth. Batting sixth, number 26, Josh Butler. He's the left fielder. Batting seventh is number 28, Jay Rathjens. He is the third baseman. Batting eighth, Nick D'Amico. He is the coach, manager, shortstop, and wears number 22. And batting ninth is Ron Konopelski. He is the center fielder, and he wears number 9. Defensively, the Royals will throw these gloves. At the Reds, Mark Angelo at first, Jake DeBoer at second. Chris Grinovitsky is the shortstop. Chris Sewell is the third baseman. Across the outfield, Mike Ports, Ian Burley, and Kevin Thompson. Mark Nicholas is behind home plate. Out on the mound is the veteran, Ryan Amy. This is his 10th game, his 7th start. He's got 1 complete game this season. 36 innings pitched, 14 runs, 12 earned. He's given up 27 hits. He's walked 14, struck out 40. And another good Ryan Amy season, 4-1 on the year with a 2.33 ERA. Josh Rogers steps in. Our Blue Mountain League game of the week is officially underway. Strike one, 290 on the season with 27 hits. He has a double, 12 runs scored, 10 RBIs, 3 stolen bases. And he's behind in the count 0-2. And once again, I'm Gary Laubach along with Tom Stout. Chris Michael on vacation this week. This is our final regular season game of the Blue Mountain League, and we hope to be involved in the championship final, as that could happen as early as 2 weeks away, but probably a little bit later than that. Here's the 0-2. That ball punched right back to Ryan Amy.
Amy, the crafty right-hander, has been around 11th year in the league, 9-time All-Star. Got ahead in the count, 0-2. Came with a breaking ball and a weak humpback liner. 0-2 the count. Nice pitch. Rogers just waved at it and hit a humpback liner and 1 down.
Your eyes get a little wide, though, when the ball comes back to you. You're never quite sure how quickly it's going to get there. And as you mentioned, it didn't get out there all that quickly. Here's Tyler Braun, 360 on the season, having a real good year. 27 hits. 6 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. 17 runs scored, 12 RBIs, and a stolen base. Ball 1 to Tyler Braun. Swings and fouls that one back. 1-1. Very comfortable night. It obviously got to the 90-degree mark today, but the humidity, as promised, went away for a little bit. The field got a drenching last night, but because it's been so dry, it all got soaked up. The field's in great shape.
Beautiful night for baseball.
Swing and a miss, 1-2. Amy hasn't lost a lot off his fastball over the years. He has always been a solid pitcher. Right now, second with a whole bunch of people with 4 wins in the Blue Mountain League. Driscoll and Mickley have 5, and then there's a gang with 4. Waving at that one is Tyler Braun, so he is a strikeout victim.
Once again, Amy, nice slider. Starts that outer half of the plate and breaks off the plate, and Braun's left shoulder flew open, and swing and a miss.
Yeah, you become pretty defenseless at that point. Here's Max Mueller, the DH, 296 on the year. He hits one. That's going to be a solid base hit up the middle. So Mueller, who came in with 16 hits, now has 17 of them. He had a couple of doubles and a home run, 9 runs scored, and 8 RBIs. Tom?
Take a look. Mueller kind of fought it off. It was inside a little bit, but he fought it off, lined it right up the middle for a base hit. First hit of the night for the Reds.
That brings up cleanup hitter Dan Borden, 259 on the season, 14 hits, a double, 15 runs scored, 8 RBIs. The game plan, as far as Bob Zerfas was concerned, and as far as Ryan Amy was concerned, was have Amy go about 5 innings if they're strong innings, and then bring Nick Bowen into the lineup just to give him some work. Nick normally is their Sunday pitcher, but he did not pitch this past Sunday. As Tom, this one hurts.
Boarded, oof, right off the right foot. That's why you see a lot of the players obviously wear the protective gear there down on their ankle area.
Boy, that's still smarting.
That's going to that's going to hurt tomorrow. It's hurting right now, but he's going to feel that tomorrow when he has to go to work.
He's going to particularly feel it if he gets the bat on the ball here and has to run to first base. 1-1 count. Inside. Probably appreciates ball 2.
You look up and down the Royal pitching staff. You know, by far the best pitching staff in the Blue Mountain League.
That's going to be a strike. Count evened up at 2-2. And add to that, Mark Angelo leading the league in hitting And, you know, Bob Zerfas always puts together a pretty good package.
He has a veteran squad.
That one fouled back. Hellertown looking for their 3rd consecutive Blue Mountain League championship.
They are on the right track.
They have been in the last 4 championship finals. They've won 2 of them. Martins Creek won the other 2.
You look at some of their pitchers. Amy, 11th year. Jen Corrali, 14th year. Bowen, 13th year. Jeff Laporte, 23rd year.
Nice job of fighting that pitch off by Dan Borden. He was fooled a little bit and swung late, but managed to get a bat on the ball. And he just got done showing Mark Nicholas how he hit it. Pretty surprised himself that that one didn't get by him. 2-2 pitch. Here goes the runner. That's going to be strike 3. Does not matter. So Mark Nicholas holds off. Doesn't have to make the throw. And a very strong first inning for Ryan Amy. Here's a look.
Take a look. Borden looking in. Oh, fastball had nice movement on it. Tailed right in from the inside part. Borden thought it was going to be inside. Tailed right on inside to the corner of the plate for strike 3.
No runs, 1 hit, a couple of strikeouts, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We turn our attention now to the Royals starting batting order. They'll lead it off with Mark Angelo. As we mentioned, he leads the Blue Mountain League in batting with a .451 average. He'll play first base. Batting second, the Lafayette grad Ian Burley. Center fielder wears number 5. Batting third is number 3, Chris Grinovitsky. He's the shortstop. The DH is Jay Rothlenhausler. He is number 39, and he'll bat cleanup. Batting fifth, number 41, Kevin Thompson, the right fielder. Batting sixth is left fielder Mike Bortz. He wears number 16. The catcher is Mark Nicholas. Wears 7 and bats 7th. Batting 8th is number 21, Chris Sewell. He's the third baseman. And batting 9th, the Penargil baseball coach, Jake DeBoer. He is the second baseman and wears number 4. Defensively, this is the way the Reds line up. Tyler Brong at first, Josh Rogers at second, Nick D'Amico is the shortstop. Jay Rathjens is the third baseman. They've had their problems in the outfield. They just can't seem to get everybody healthy. In left field, Josh Butler. Center field, Ron Konopelski. And in right field is Dan Borden. Ben Chambers is the catcher. And out on the mound is another veteran, C.J. Severi. This is his 12th game, his 10th start. He has thrown 9 complete games this season. 61 2/3 innings. He's given up 36 runs, 29 earned. He has given up 69 hits, walked 13, struck out 66. Is 4-6 on the season. He has a save and has a 3.29 ERA. C.J. Severi on the mound for the Vynecrest Reds. Hellertown, as we mentioned, will be in the playoffs. They already have 5 Blue Mountain League titles, including the last 2. Their monumental year was 2005 when they went 29-3. And I asked Bob tonight about that 11-game winning streak, whether he's ever had a better one. And he said, I can't believe we have this one. He said, when I looked up and saw we had won 9 in a row, I couldn't believe it. Last loss came on June 24th to the Giants, 6-1. But they have lost to the Reds. The Reds beat them 6-5 on June 19th. Stepping in is Mark Angelo, .451 on the year, 23 hits, 4 doubles, and 4 home runs. 10 runs scored, 17 RBIs, and a couple of stolen bases. As a team, the Royals bat .311. Strike 1. However, and this is a big however, they have 6 losses this year. 5 of them, Tom Stout, the left-handers.
It's an interesting stat. And obviously, Zerf has some lefties in his lineup.
There's a chopper down to shortstop. D'Amico bobbled it a little bit, but hung on and makes the play over to first base for out number 1.
I was here earlier this year when the Orioles, the starters Orioles shut the Royals out 4-0 behind a complete game by Caleb Fick, who happens to be a left-handed pitcher.
Yeah, Bob actually talked about that game to emphasize how tough left-handers have been on his team. He said nobody was better than Caleb Fick was against us. Strike one to Ian Burley. He comes in with a nice 309 average, 25 hits, 5 doubles, 3 home runs, 25 runs scored, and 9 RBIs, 4 stolen bases. Royals have hit 20 home runs as a team. 0-2 now to Burley. Take a look at the slider here.
Savory. Whoa, that was an Uncle Charlie curveball there.
Yes, it was.
That was
started out by the dugout. There's a one-hopper down to Josh Rogers. Rogers makes the play for out number 2.
So the fact that the Royals struggle, their losses have been against left-handers, you know every manager that's going to be in the playoffs is going to try to get as many left-handed throwers out there against the Royals.
Of course, left-handed pitchers are a premium. Always hated the big advantage they got. They didn't have to be as good as the right-handers. Because you were lefty, the staffs needed left-handed pitchers.
That still holds true today.
Yeah. Here's Chris Grinovitsky, shortstop, batting .278. Strike one on a change curve. The slider. 27 hits, 3 doubles, 4 home runs, 17 runs scored, and 22 RBIs. Inside, 1-1. A little pop on that fastball.
You talk about a workhorse. C.J. Saveri, 9 starts, 9 complete games.
C.J. started the season as the Reds manager. Not quite sure what that story is, but he relinquished it, and Nick D'Amico got it back. Nick had been the manager last year. And obviously not no hard feelings. I mean, C.J. has stayed with the ball club and has certainly been a major part of this team. That one could be troublesome. That's going to drop in there for a base hit. Over to get it is Konopelski. And the bottom of the first looks much like the top of the first. The third batter comes up and gets a base hit.
Take a look. Grinovitsky just stayed on that breaking pitch, took it the other way. Big plus for the Royals. Game I did with you earlier this year, Gary, Grinovitsky was only hitting about 200. His average is up to about 280 now with that hit or above. He's a very good player, and you knew he wasn't going to stay down around the Mendoza line.
Jay Rothlenhausler steps in. The cleanup hitter takes a strike. 287 with 23 hits, 4 doubles. He has a home run, 10 runs scored, and 15 RBIs. One of the best hitters on the Royals ball club, Ricky Rivera, not here tonight. He's on vacation. Bob tells me that the lineup he would prefer, he has had once this season.
Well, that's the good news, the bad news. The bad news is he only had it once, but the good news is he has a pretty darn good ball club here, that he has depth and he can interchange parts and not skip a beat.
She's out there right now.
And he has done that all season long. That's low.
The other managers in the BML are not feeling sorry for him.
Bob is in his 6th decade as a Blue Mountain League roster player.
Wow.
The 2-1. Swung on and fouled back, and the count goes 2-2. Not sure who's up on the roof for us tonight. Can't see up there. Oh, it's Chris Popik, who has directed all of our Blue Mountain League games until tonight. Rick Gio back in the saddle. That one beat into the ground. Rick, who's a huge baseball fan, in fact, normally incorporates baseball into his vacation. He watched the Phillies play in San Diego. And I'm sorry, it was the Giants, the San Francisco Giants in San Diego. And I think he caught another. And that's right, he went to Dodger Stadium. It's all the Padres there. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The ball is dropped, and Rothlenhausler does not think about going to first base or forcing the throw. So there's the first strikeout for Saveri. 2 strong half innings by both starting pitchers. No runs, 1 hit, and whereas 1 runner left on base. As the line score the same, we'll be back with second inning action. Stay with us.
From digital quick print full color printing on our Heidelberg Quickmaster DI to long run 4 and 5 color printing on our new 5 color Heidelberg Speedmaster with inline aqueous coating. Harmony Press's digital press technicians have the experience to prepare your files for direct-to-press technology. Our full binary services complement your quality color job with folding, stitching, die cutting with any finished services needed to complete your jobs. Harmony Press, family owned and operated in the Lehigh Valley for over 50 years.
Welcome back. The shadows are creeping into the infield and just about reaching the pitcher's mound. And I'll go to a great hitter in this league, Tom Stout. Tom, everybody talks about the pitcher pitching out of the sunlight into the shadow. You were a great hitter. Is it troublesome at all?
It could cause problems, but if you're good enough, you're focused in, and unless the guy's throwing 96, 97, but you have to focus and you got to stay there. And good hitters find ways to hit the ball, and you know, it did play a difference. It made a difference, but again, it's the way it goes.
Well, here's a good hitter. Ben Chambers steps in, batting .314 with 22 hits, 3 doubles, a couple of triples, 12 runs scored, and 18 RBIs. And we did notice that Mark Angelo put number 33 jersey on for tonight's ball game. I believe he gave his shirt to Nick Bowen. Nick was in search of a shirt when he came to the ballpark. He had brought the white one, I think, and not the blue one. The 2-0. 2-1.
Gary, I'm biased. As being a former catcher, I like to always take extra look at the statistics for the catchers in the league, and Ben Chambers here is catching his 27th game this year.
That's a ball that will drop. Had a lot of air under it, but it just went where nobody could get to it. So a leadoff base hit for Ben Chambers. And I assume what you're saying by that, Tom, is he has played a lot of games behind home plate in this hot weather.
Did a nice job there staying back on the ball. The ball's away from him. He just hit it where it was pitched and served it into center field.
So that brings up Josh Butler, the left fielder, batting .245, 12 hits, a couple of doubles, a triple, a home run, 8 runs scored, 8 RBIs.
Yeah.
Bob Zerfas talked about this young man. He thinks he's going to be a real good player in this league. Strike one, the Butler.
Well, again, the consensus, what I hear around the Lehigh Valley in the Blue Mountain League is the Vynecrest Reds the last 2 years had excellent ball clubs, and the consensus is people can't figure out what went wrong this year for the Reds.
Probably a combination of just not having their best season on the mound. They certainly had some defensive problems in the outfield. And you couple that with a league that is so balanced that you can lose a game to any team up and down the line, up and down the league.
Well, with Nick D'Amico in charge again, and hopefully these young kids maturing, the Reds can get back to their winning ways next year.
They were 22-14 last season overall. They finished third during the regular season and then lost to starters in the semifinals. And in 09, there was 27-12 and tied for first place with Martins Creek, and then lost in the semifinals to Hellertown 3-0. So a big turnaround from 27 wins to 22 wins, and now this season just 11 victories. And they'd be the first to tell you they just have not played real good baseball. Wow.
Are you serious?
That is a swing and a miss, and then a miss with a bat that ends up at the shortstop spot.
Take a look,
I don't think
Amy.
I've ever seen that happen.
Nice breaking ball, and Butler
That guy
just
looks like Stevie
waved at it. Bat came out of his hand and almost went into left field.
That's Ryan's third strikeout of the game. So 3 of the 4 outs registered have been via the K. Here's Jay Rathjens. 476 on the season, 10 base hits, couple of doubles, 3 runs scored, 3
So you
RBIs.
automatically out if that happens?
Does not have enough at bats. Well, in fact, that's going to be our trivia question tonight, so we don't want to give you too much information, but If you're wondering, well, wait, his average is higher than Angelo's. Well, he has not been at the plate enough times. Strike one, the Rathjens. Ouch. That's a hit by a pitch, and that will put a runner in scoring position for the first time tonight. And this one will sting a little bit.
Ball just got away from Amy and plunked him right on the left shoulder. They say you're not supposed to rub it, but when I used to get down here, I would be like almost in tears, and I'd be rubbing it all the time.
They didn't call him Sissy Stout for nothing.
Baseball at it, don't rub it. It hurts, I'm gonna rub it.
How about the guys that used to take one for the team? Ron Hunt used to take one. In fact, Ron Hunt used to joke that they had a signal for him. He'd look down at third base, and the third base coach would point to the middle of his head and say, take one for the team. Here's Nick D'Amico, 153 on the year with 9 hits, a double, 7 runs scored, and 8 RBIs. If the third base coach is pointing to his head, they're not expecting you to get a base hit. They're expecting you to get hit. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Take a look at Amy. Amy has nice movement on all his pitches, whether it be breaking balls, changeup, sliders, fastballs. Really nice movement on it.
That ball broke down and in. That's going to get out into center field with no chance for anybody to move up. It was not a pretty pickoff play.
I believe we'll take a look at it again. I think the ball went, no, I thought it was off his helmet, but it just bounced over Chambers on second base.
Hey, bottom of the order, let's roll one up. Come on now.
Chambers at second, Rathjens is at first, 1 down. And a 1-1 count on Nick D'Amico. Swing and a miss. 1-2. The Reds have a precarious position looking towards next season. Lehigh University is their home field, and Lehigh is going to completely move their field around. Home plate's going out into left field, and that field will not be available next summer when they make the transition. Foul tip, but hung on to by Mark Nicholas, and that is strikeout number 4. Another look.
Amy with a high fastball, and D'Amico with the swing and the miss.
So that brings up Ron Konopelski, a late addition to the lineup tonight. Ron comes in batting .250. He's 1 for 4 on the year. He does have a couple of runs scored. That base hit was a single. And just getting back to the Lehigh situation, they're going to remodel their entire ball field and change it all around. As I mentioned, home plate will get out into left field. And then they're going to put some stands up there for the fans. But with that said, the Reds will have no place to play until they find a substitute for Lehigh University. It will not be available to them next summer.
I did not know that.
Yeah. You weren't called in as an architectural advisor?
I guess not. Well, good for Lehigh University, obviously. They're going to upgrade, change things around, but bad for the Reds.
I asked Nick if perhaps you're looking at 32 away games next year, and boy, did he cringe to that suggestion.
Well, many years ago, this franchise played at Peifel Field. You'll remember that field.
That's where I played my college ball.
Okay.
0-2 to Konopelski. Early on, Ryan Amy looks very sharp.
The 11-year veteran Amy shows why he's a 9-time All-Star. Just year in and year out. Takes good care of himself, conditions himself, and they're not getting paid to play here. And to be in his 11th year in the league and still going strong is a credit to Ryan and to Zerf for keeping everybody around. And Ryan Amy in his 11th year, but how about Jeff Laporta in his 23rd year? Still going strong.
And Zerf, you know, when he was talking to me about his rotation, there's a nice pitch. We'll have to develop that a little bit later, as that is a strikeout to sides, third strike. 5 strikeouts of 6 outs. No runs. There was a hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Let's take a look, Tom, and go back and take a look at the 3 strikeouts of the inning.
First one coming on a breaking ball. D'Amico on a high fastball, and there's Another curveball Uncle Charlie for strike 3.
Braun and Turco Insurance Incorporated, they've been with us all season long. They've been with us ever since we've been doing Blue Mountain League Baseball. Bob Turco and Russ Braun, they provide the highest quality insurance products and customer service. They've been doing it since 1947. They proudly support Blue Mountain League Baseball, and they proudly offer you auto, home, business, and life insurance. 1501 South 4th Street in Allentown, 610-797-5828. Our thanks to Bob Turco, Russ Braun, Braun and Turco Insurance Incorporated. Thanks to them for their support of Blue Mountain League Baseball. Other games being played as we look at the standings. You'll see that the Royals, the Creekers, definitely are in. The Orioles are playing the Dodgers tonight. Tom, that's a huge ball game. That one is over at Limeport.
Dodgers, their previous game, beat the Creekers to stay in this thing. The one thing about the Dodgers is they're playing teams ahead of them this week, so that's not only the incentive to get in the playoffs, but the teams right ahead of you are on your schedule. So again, big game. If the Orioles win tonight, that just about solidifies the top 4 teams. But the Dodgers are going to try to even their record at 15-15 and make things interesting.
The Falcons, with 30 games already played, they only have 2 more left, as they'll play the Creekers on Friday, and then on Sunday they'll play these Vynecrest Reds. There's the venerable, and he is venerable, Bob Zerfas. Been around in this league almost forever, as the Falcons, of course, trying to make the playoffs for the first time in their franchise history. All right, we go to the Royals, and stepping in is Kevin Thompson. Kevin is the right fielder, and Kevin comes in batting .329 with 26 hits, 7 doubles, a triple, 6 home runs, 20 runs scored, and 21 RBIs. He has a stolen base. Strike 1 from C.J. Severi, and a quick strike 2. I jokingly said to Severi tonight, with you two guys pitching, we're looking at an hour-and-a-half ball game, and everybody cheered and said that would be great. These guys right now
they're on pace.
Really looking sharp. Yeah. Waste pitch, 1-2.
How about Kevin Thompson's numbers? He's hitting .329, but 14 out of his 26 hits are extra bases. 7 doubles, triple, and 6 HRs, 6 home runs.
Yeah, those are terrific all-round numbers. Jumps on this one. It's going to drop or not? No, a great catch. A fabulous grab by Josh Butler. Nick D'Amico looks like a genius. He moved him from right field to left field right before the ball game. Watch this grab.
Take a look at 3 guys converging on it. Butler comes out of nowhere and dives, lays out, and makes a superb catch.
I had a shot.
That's going to be on RCN top 10 plays tonight.
I think it's going to be maybe ESPN.
Okay.
You know, when we look at the leather. Here is Mike Bortz, the left fielder, .333 with 27 hits, 6 doubles, 6 home runs, 26 runs scored, and 15 RBIs. 3 stolen bases. Here's another look at that terrific catch by Josh Butler.
Butler coming in. He had a nice beat on. He full speed ahead, and he just laid out and made a fantastic catch.
Ball 2, 2-0 to Bortz. The home run numbers helped a little bit by the ballpark dimensions. .324 down the left field line, .328 down the right field line. And we'll get to the gap in a minute. The gap's .374 in right center, .384 in left center, but then it comes back towards us, .346 in straightaway center.
I hit a couple home runs here in my career.
Did you hit any of those houses over
No,
there?
they went 348 feet.
So you just got it over there.
I just got it. They were like missiles, though. They really went out of here.
Well, now where I'm looking.
That's right. You were the Illuminabat era. You should have hit home runs like crazy.
I was a line drive hitter.
Oh, all right. Well, I know you had a good average.
Not bad for a catcher.
Obviously, no stolen bases. That's going to be our first walk of the ball game. Mike Bortz is a 1-out base runner. And that leads to Mark Nicholas, another veteran on this team. .375 on the year, 18 hits. He's got a couple of doubles. He has a home run, 9 runs scored, 7 RBIs.
Gary, everybody in the Royals lineup tonight, with the exception of Chris Sewell, who's hit many in his career, has at least one home run.
He's one of the greatest home run hitters in this league.
Of all time.
Bob Zerfas actually led this league in home runs one year. I think he had 10 or 11 one season with the aluminum bats, and the following year he may have led the league again with 5. As soon as they dropped from aluminum to wood, it became a little tougher.
Zerf was a heck of a hitter. He was one you feared. As a catcher, you didn't want to put the ball anywhere near the middle of the plate.
I don't remember. He was a pitcher in college. As I mentioned, he was a teammate of mine in college. I was a freshman. He was a senior. And I don't remember him being a threat with the bat or even getting that many opportunities.
When I played, I can remember Zerf coming in. He'd always come in the late innings as the closer. You know, the big right-hander coming at you.
That's
and
right.
He was used. That was his role.
He loves the game.
Guys,
he's had to change too a little bit with the game because you know, the commitment is a little bit different these days than it was when he played.
Well, you mentioned earlier one of the players, you know, vacation, other obligations, and years ago you used to just, then that's the way things have changed, and you have to as a manager. Punkin Miller, we talk all the time, goes through the same things, and you have to change. It's inevitable, and yeah, I'm still old school, but again.
Well, they're old school too. Like Bob said, you know, I look at a guy and he tells me I can't make this many games, and he said, "What now? Do I want to have this guy for 22 games of the 32? He's a great player." And he said, "I've adjusted to say yes to that."
And it's worked out.
And it's worked out, yeah. That ball down the third, gobbled up by Rathjens, and that's going to be. Oh, Bill Pencil's going to say he's out. He's going to say he was in the motion of getting ready to throw the ball. So that's going to be a fielder's choice. I'd like to get another look at this one.
Take a look. Ball knocked down third base. Rathjens picks it up, throws the ball to Rogers. I don't believe he ever had control of the ball. From where Bill Pencil's angle, it looked possibly he thought he had it, and obviously he was going to pull it out, but I don't think he ever secured that ball in his glove.
I agree with you. So that will leave a base runner on with 2 down on the fielder's choice play. Here's Chris Sewell, 253 on the season with 20 hits, 5 doubles, 7 runs scored, 12 RBIs, 3 stolen bases. Ball 1. So Bortz erased Nicholas at first. Nice play at third by Rathjens. It was a hard hit ball. Sewell with a good rip. Fouls it back. Let's go back and look at it one more time.
See it from the runner coming in. See right there, we kind of get blocked. But
that may have been Bill Pencil's view.
And what he saw, but you just couldn't tell.
It really did look like Rogers had never secured the ball in his glove. Tough call. Bill didn't hesitate. He threw up the fist immediately. That's a chopper that could be troublesome, and in fact will be. That's a base hit up the middle. Nicholas has no choice but to stop at second base. So the Royals have a runner in scoring position for the first time.
The veteran Sewell waiting on the breaking ball. Takes it right up through the middle. And that call by Bill Pencil possibly cost the Royals a run there. But
yeah, I think that was slowly enough hit that the run would have scored, especially with 2 outs. Well, there would have only been 1 out. The runner still would have been headed to third base on the chopper. Now a little conversation between Chambers and Saveri as Jake DeBoer steps in. 230 on the season with 14 hits, 3 doubles, a triple and a home run. 10 runs scored, 11 RBIs. Can't believe it's actually getting overcast. This was supposed to be like the perfect day. That ball is a shot. Back goes Butler. He's on his horse. He will not get to this one. It will be a 2-hopper to the fence. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And a 2 RBI double by Jake DeBoer.
DeBoer put a swing on that pitch. He squared it up and just turned on it.
Jake DeBoer, who was on vacation until today, and in fact drove back today, wasn't sure he was going to get here.
The fastball came in middle half of the plate, and DeBoer just cleared out the hips and just squared it up. There's the quirky dimensions of this park. Yeah, he hit that ball a mile and winds up standing on second, where
Sewell scored all the way from first base.
and the Royals benefited there by the opening in the fence, right by the sign there. If the ball goes through there, it's a ground rule double, and it would only been 1 run. But by it not going through, the Royals benefited and got 2 runs out of it.
So Mark Angelo, the leadoff batter, will get another swing as he's behind in the count 0-1.
This Mark Angelo here, he's second year, I believe, in the league, played some professional baseball in the Mariners organization. This guy's a player. We're talking about commitments. I believe he was coaching Connie Mack baseball earlier this year.
Yeah, in fact, his team made it to the playoffs, which forced them to miss some games, which will eventually lead to our trivia question of the night. It's coming up, guaranteed.
I think I could have been Zerf there. I would have taken him on the team yet, even if he had to miss some games.
Yeah. Yeah, see, we all have scruples till it hurts the win-loss numbers. 1-1. Oh, he got hit by a pitch. Just grazed his hand.
Take a look. Fastball. Just
got him on the elbow, I guess.
In between the elbow and his hand, front arm.
So the Royals continue the inning. Here's Ian Burley, grounded to second in the first. He is 0 for 1.
Feels like it's all right.
Again, the Royals just 1 through 9, no matter who they plug in there, they're all good hitters. DeBoer was only hitting .230 coming into that at bat, but he's a scrappy player. And he knows how to play the game, and they just have 1 through 9. They are just loaded.
He was a great high school athlete. He's got a nice big lead, and it obviously is bothering Severi. He does not want that third run to score. Ground ball gobbled up nicely. 2 nice defensive plays in the inning by Jay Rathjens. Another fielder's choice. And that will end the inning, but damage. 2 runs on a couple of base hits. There were no errors in the inning and 2 runners left on base. The Royals strike first, trying to win 12 straight. They've started out with a 2-0 lead at the end of 2. Stay with us.
Come get an edge on the competition at the Hitter's Edge, the premier batting cage facility in the Lehigh Valley where you can shoot some hoops, play pool, or enjoy the many gaming machines. Get out of the heat and practice your batting skills in the comfort of our air-conditioned facility, located just 1.6 miles north of the Lehigh Valley Mall on Eberhard Road. At the Hitter's Edge, we have many different club membership levels available, discounted cage rates. We specialize in birthday parties for both boys and girls of all ages. Hey coaches, give your team the edge. Call today and ask about our special discount rates for team rentals. Visit our website, thehittersedge.com.
Welcome back. A couple of the fans talking to some of the players between innings. We're in the top of the third, 2-0. Hellertown, Gary Laubach, along with Tom Stout. As we believe that is one of the fans talking to Ron Konopowski. Here is Josh Rogers, the leadoff batter, 0 for 1. He lined back to the pitcher in the first. Ryan Amy's been cruising along through 2. He has 5 strikeouts of the 6 outs. Popped up. Could be troublesome. Long run for Angelo. Nice play by Jake DeBoer. DeBoer gets over there. A long run for him. But he got to it for out number 1.
breaking ball by Amy. Nice. DeBoer, that's second baseman's ball. When you're in college and high school, you work on that play. That is just, he made that look routine, but he just got a nice jump on it right off the bat. Great play by Jake DeBoer.
How about Amy? 34 pitches, 27 strikes so far in the game. Tyler Brong steps in. A strikeout victim in the first. In the dirt. Ball one. The 1-0. Hit right on the nose for a solid line drive base hit. Base hit number 3 for the Reds.
There's Amy's pitch. Fastball riding in on Brong, but Brong cleared the hips and squared it up and a nice line drive to left field.
For Max Mueller, he steps in. He had a base hit up the middle in the first. He's 1 for 1. Brong has just 1 stolen base this season. That's low, ball 1. Nick D'Amico down at third base in the coach's box, so even though he's in the lineup, doing double duty. That's a chopper. They might get just 1, and that's all they do get. So the fielder's choice eliminates Brong from the base pass.
Nice play by Grinovisky. Had to come through that ball. The high chopper had to come in. Take a look at it. Mueller with the chopper to short. Grinovisky comes through it. DeBoer almost
closer than I thought it would be.
DeBoer hung right in. He hung in there and made a nice turn on the attempted double play.
He didn't get the ball out of his glove real quickly. And otherwise, it was a pretty close play. Here's Dan Borden. He struck out looking in the first, 0 for 1. Chopped one off his foot. That hurt. Down to first base. Mark Angelo with an easy play on assistant. And another very quick inning for Ryan Amy. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. 1 runner left on base. 2.5. It's Hellertown by a 2-0 score. We talk about the people who have been with us. Well, Tom Schwindy is one of them. His motto, don't replace it, relace it. Go to Schwindy's Glove Relacing. He's been repairing baseball gloves for over 20 years. He not only relaces gloves, but repairs torn and broken gloves as well. All his material is top quality, and his many different colors of lacing will have you looking like a pro. Reasonable prices along with a 3-year guarantee on every repair is what separates him from his competition. Check him out at schwindysgloverelacing.com. If you mention this commercial, when you contact them, you'll receive a $5 credit off any repair from the webpage price list. So far, a strong pitching performance by Ryan Amy. Not so bad by C.J. Severi. Struggled a little bit last inning. And the Royals will send up batters 3, 4, and 5 here in the bottom of the third. And I'll tell you, everybody's a little bit happier that heat wave has broken just for a little while. It's supposed to be just as hot at the end of the week as it was at the beginning of the week.
But last week, it was brutal. Cooling down period. It's 88, 89, 90. How about that?
Did you hit the little white ball at all in that heat wave?
Last Thursday.
I hear you're taking a lot of lessons, is what I'm hearing.
No, my lessons are over. But I'm improved. I'm improving.
You have improved? The lessons helped?
Yes, they did.
All right. I assume they taught you the proper method of scorekeeping also, which will always
Well, I always take that one pencil with the eraser on it.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Here's Grinovisky. He got a base hit in the first. Single right up the middle. 1 for 1. Royals 3 base hits and 2 runs. First pitch, swinging, is strike 1.
Grinovisky was the most valuable player in the Blue Mountain League in 2005, and he also the batting champ in 2008.
See Severi loading that ball, getting it ready with the splitter. Ouch. Well, that's not what he planned on doing. So Grinovisky.
Let's take a look. The pitch.
guess it went completely behind him. I thought it hit him.
Ball didn't touch him. Vynecrest stays in there. I thought it hit him in his buttocks.
I already had hit by pitch on my score sheet. Hits one right at Josh Butler. He'll take about 2 steps to his right and put it away for out number 1.
Severi does a nice job mixing his pitches. He obviously likes the breaking ball. He has that 12-6 kind of breaking ball, and made one mistake tonight. Let a fastball over the middle part of the plate and in, and the Boar turned on it, a 2-run double, or we'd be scoreless right now.
That brings up Jay Rothlenhausler. He was a strikeout victim, the only strikeout of the game by Severi. He's 0 for 1. And that hit the nub of the batter. That would have been a hit by pitch. This ball hits the nub of the bat right there, and then ouch. Ben Chambers, thank God he wears all the tools of ignorance. That one may be the most important.
Once again, catchers are just a different breed.
I think it has to do with intellect. Why you would play that position. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
But in all seriousness, when I played this game, baseball not as fast-paced as basketball, football, things happen. But as a catcher, besides the pitcher, you are always in the game, and that was just a benefit that you had. You were always there.
I think pitcher, catcher, and shortstop. Those are the guys that really probably are more involved than anybody out there in the field. That's a shot, and that will get through. So Rothlenhausler has a base hit, his 24th of the year, and he is a 1-out base runner. Base hit number 4 for the Royals.
Severi with the pitch, fastball. Most left-handers like the ball down. That ball was down in the zone, but Rothlenhausler just went out and laid some wood on it and lined a single to right field.
Kevin Thompson was the victim of a terrific defensive play by Josh Butler in left field. His first at bat, a diving catch. Well, he's going to test him again. This is a drive that could clear the fence. This ball is out of here. A Royals round tripper for Kevin Thompson, and he doubles their run output. A 2 RBI home run. Kevin Thompson's 7th of the year.
Thompson really got all of that pitch from Severi. Just take a look. Fastball just came into the inner half of the plate. Thompson was waiting for it and squared it up and drove that ball.
That was a very similar location as to the double by DeBoer. It was meat, and they took care of it. Here's Mike Bortz. He walked in the second, so no official at bat. There's a good curveball strike. So just like that, it's 4-0.
And in this Blue Mountain League with these wooden bats and Hellertown's pitching, a 4-run lead is
especially since
a big deficit to have to come back from.
That ball might be playable. Long run for Nick D'Amico, and he can't get to it. And that will be a fair ball, base hit.
Up first.
So the pop fly gets to an area that no one can get to.
And third baseman, shortstop, left fielder all converging, and D'Amico made a nice try. That's the ball that mostly a shortstop will have to get until he hears the left fielder call him out. Baseball's such a strange game. You can hit a line drive, you can hit a ball 370 feet and get balls caught, and then you can just find that, just a pop, it was a short pop fly to left field.
Then you look at the paper tomorrow and you see 2 for 3. Boy, that guy can hit.
Yep.
Here's Mark Nicholas. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the second, came around and scored a run. Strike 1 to Mark. 2 runs in, runner on first, 1 down.
It might be the pool behind me.
Bottom of the 3rd. These two teams play again on Thursday. This time it will be at Lehigh. We mentioned tonight's game, Creekers are at the Giants and the Dodgers are at the Orioles. That's really the big game of the night in terms of playoff possibilities. Boy, there's a self-defense swing. Mark was looking at one, hitting him right up in the jaw area.
Severi's been struggling a little bit with his location on his fastball. Breaking ball's been there all night long. Fastball having a little bit control issues, and then he's coming down too much of the plate. The Royals are making him pay for it.
Slow curve stays up and evens the count at 2-2.
The old saying in baseball, location, location, location. It's a breaking ball that I never understood that rule either. They say that strike zone is from the shoulder or letters to the knees. Well,
he struck out.
He struck out. I guess it all comes out in the wash, but I don't understand it. Why did I ever learn that when I was little? Shoulders or letters to the knees.
Boy, that strike zone has disappeared. Now it's belt to below the knee.
Unbelievable.
It's so for me, I think it's just so tough anymore for pitchers because that strike zone is so small in the major leagues. For most guys, I mean, some of the umpires are.
There are some pitches that, like you say, they should be called strikes. But again, as long as they're consistent, I guess. But you know, tough being a pitcher.
Chris Sewell had a base hit in the second and scored a run. There goes the runner, and he's going to be safe, sliding in and now heading to third base. And maybe he's going to head home. Well, his feet finally lost a little traction, did Mike Bortz. He'll get a stolen base, then an error on the catcher, and that gets him all the way over to third base. Take a look at it one more time.
Bortz gets a nice jump. Chambers throw. Errant goes to the outfield. Bortz racing to third, then the overthrow. There he is going into second. Nice pop-up slide. He comes up, sprinting to third, slides into third, pops up again.
He slid in the home. He just was 86 feet away. I tell you, he wanted to hustle his way right into a run. 2 strikes on Chris Sewell with 2 down. So that's an important run down there. That's a little low. 1-2. Chris supplied some entertainment tonight prior to the game. He brought his speakers and played some music, entertained the crowd. Oh, a line drive. Jay Rathjens is there to collect it. Shoe top for the third out of the inning. 2 runs on 3 hits. The big one, Kevin Thompson. Bang! It's out of here. 2 RBIs for Thompson. There was an error in the inning and 1 runner left on base. We're through 3. It's all Orioles. They're up by a 4-0 score. Stay with us.
From digital quick print full color printing on our Heidelberg Quickmaster DI to long run 4 and 5 color printing on our new 5-color Heidelberg Speedmaster with inline aqueous coating. Harmony Press's digital press technicians have the experience to prepare your files for direct-to-press technology. Our full binary services complement your quality color job with folding, stitching, die cutting with any finish services needed to complete your jobs. Harmony Press, family owned and operated in the Lehigh Valley for over 50 years.
We are back. Some interesting numbers supplied by Dan Moyer. It gives you an indication sometimes you can just pitch too well. 54 pitches by Severi, 37 strikes. 17 of them are first pitch strikes. And I'll tell you, maybe he's been right around that plate so much that the Royals are sitting on it a little bit, and they've had a couple of shots. A double by DeBoer, and of course the booming home run by Kevin Thompson. Here's Ben Chambers, 5, 6, and 7 for the Reds in the top of the 4th. Chambers fouls the first pitch off and swings and misses at the second pitch. Ryan Amy has been on fire. 5 strikeouts in the ball game. He has given up just 3 base hits.
That second pitch, he took a nice changeup, took something off that pitch, and Chambers was way out in front of it.
And that's going to be a strike 3. Sounded like it might have been a foul tip. Didn't matter. Nicholas hung on to it. Strikeout number 6.
Nice breaking ball once again by Amy. Chambers at bat saw a fastball, changeup, breaking ball. He saw the whole repertoire of pitches by Amy.
Well, here's Josh Butler. He was a strikeout victim in the second, 0 for 1. Well, Amy has not thrown a ball so far in this inning. Told you the game plan was to have Amy go about 5 innings, but he's pitching so well, Bob Zerfas may be hard-pressed to take him out of the ball game. Inside. That was just his 44th pitch here in the 4th inning.
If Zerf wanted to go with making that change, you have Nick Bowen in relief. That's not,
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And the only reason he would do that is Nick was not here Sunday.
Didn't get his work in.
Didn't get his start.
Get him some innings in.
Bob discussed with Nick the rotation for the playoffs. Fouled off, 1-2. And he asked Nick, are you going to work game 1? And he said, I want to work game 1. So then Zerf said, well, let's get you a little work between now and next Tuesday. Because it's going to be Bowen and Laporta and Amy. Those will be the 3 big arms. And probably in that order, I would guess. Fouled back, stays 1-2.
That's not bad. Then you have Kyle Kalina, I believe, has 4 wins. And
he wants to get Kalina. Kalina, he said, has pitched so well for us. I've got to get him in one of the playoffs games. And maybe, he said, looking at like if we have to go to a game 4, it might be a Kyle Kalina who pitches that ball game. Kyle not here tonight. Kyle plays and pitches for Lehigh. So we'll go to the 1-2 again. And another hit by a pitch.
Let's not forget Rocky Gencarelli either.
Another, yeah, how about it?
Take a breaking ball. Amy tried to get the inner half of the plate there, and Josh Butler just took one for the team. That was an easy one to take. That was a breaking ball. That wasn't going to hurt anybody.
Brings up Rathjens. He was hit by a pitch in the second, so no official at bat.
What a dilemma for Coach Zerfas to have. Has 6 pitchers that are quality pitchers.
Shame, huh?
Wow.
There goes the runner. I guess that had hit run written all over it, or Rathjens just protecting the runner. Butler had a good jump. We've got Butler with only 1 stolen base all year and down 4-0. I don't know whether he went on his own or got the signal. Nick D'Amico on deck, followed by Ron Konopelski.
I tend to believe that was the hit and run. They're trying to just work on some things, basic baseball fundamentals, and again, their season, they're playing for pride now. It's a good opportunity for a lot of young players.
With that one shot, that one there from center field, you see a lot of bugs flying around. That's low. 1-1. Going outside, ball 2, 2-1. Possible double play ball. Grinovitsky to DeBoer. No, he never came up with it.
Fired.
And that will be an error on the shortstop, Chris Grinovitsky, and put runners on first and second with 1 down. You don't see this very often out of Grinovitsky.
The ball, Grinovitsky stayed back on the ball, and he realized he stayed back too long, and he wanted to throw the ball before he got it, and just an E6. And if he would have charged that ball, he would have been able to make that play. But I believe he thought the ball was coming much harder than it was hit.
So it brings up Nick D'Amico. He struck out in the second. Nick has struggled at the plate this season. He lays one down. This could be troublesome. Amy over, fires the first base. So everybody moves up. And I guess officially you got to give him a sacrifice.
Nice play by Amy. That was a nice bunt by D'Amico. He didn't square, but he laid it down.
Good hustle too. He tried to beat it out.
Amy came off the mound. He's coming off to the first base side. Still got over to the third base side. Barehanded it and threw a strike over to Angelo at first.
So a big at bat for Ron Konopelski. Struck out looking in the second. He had a good rip at that one. Strike one. So this is one of those good matchups in a ball game. 2 down. Trying to cut that deficit in half.
It's a key moment for the Reds.
Upstairs, 1-1. So 2 runners on. One via an error. The other was hit by a pitch.
That means it gets cold.
Going back and Amy ahead of the batter. 1-2.
This is where you have the veteran pitcher against a nice young player, Konopelski. See who's going to prevail here.
Oh, right down the inside part of the plate. And a big strikeout number 7. And that will end the inning. So the threat is over. No runs on no hits. It was an error in the inning and 2 left on base. Tom?
Once again, Amy with excellent movement on his fastball. The ball just tailed away from the left-handed hitter and froze the hitter.
Starters is with us tonight. That means Starters Pub. They're located on Route 378. Starters Riverport. They are at West 2nd Street in downtown Bethlehem. And Starters Clubhouse. They, of course, are at Bethlehem Municipal Golf Course. Here is the question. Mark Angelo currently leads the Blue Mountain League with a .451 batting average coming into tonight's game, but does not have the necessary number of plate appearances. How many plate appearances are required to win the batting title? We'll get back to that question in a bit, and I can now tell you that is exactly why Mark Angelo is leading off tonight, to get him more plate appearances.
I was wondering that. It makes a lot of sense, obviously, at this stage in the season, because he's more of a 3-4-5 hitter.
Exactly. And it is plate appearances, not at bats. He had come into the ball game with 51 official at bats. That is not what determines your ability to win a batting title. He's going to come up here in this inning. First it'll be Jake DeBoer, who had a big 2 RBI double in the second. And then Angelo, and then Ian Burley. 4-0 Royals. Royals' last loss. In fact, they lost 2 games in 1 week. They lost to the Reds and lost to the Giants in the same week. Then they won, then they tied, and then they won 11 straight. Strike 1 to DeBoer.
I don't care what level or what league you're playing. When you win 11 games in a row,
especially baseball, it's such
a
quirky game.
So many things, intangibles.
Well, that was a shot, and then it took a rather difficult hop for Nick D'Amico. I think if the ball stays down, Nick is able to gather it in. And throwing the ball around are the Reds. So we're going to get another look at this and determine our
I believe we'll take a look at it. I believe it's a bad hop. I'm going to score that a double if I'm the scorer. Here it comes.
It's certainly a base hit.
That took a there we go. Ball.
That allows the runner to go to second, and then the throw will allow the runner to go to third. So 2 errors on the center fielder. E8, E8. Just like that, Jake DeBoer is at third base. 7th hit of the ball game for the Royals. And here's a guy who wants a base hit. 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch. Mark Angelo.
I've been watching this league for a long time, and when I went to the game last year and I saw this young man, I'm wondering, who's this guy?
Oh, what a nice grab. What a nice play by Josh Rogers. So he robs Mark Angelo of a base hit and looks the runner back to third base.
Drawn in infield, and nice play by Rogers. And with nobody out, Coach Zerfos keeps the runner at third, gives Ian Burley a chance here.
You know the rule, the ball has to go through. That's what you tell your base runners. It didn't. Burley 0 for 2. Foul that one back, strike 1. Grounded to second, and grounded into a fielder's choice to third base.
As I was saying about Mark Angelo, he just looks like a baseball player. So I didn't know who he was last year, and then I was filled in, and the rest is history.
Yeah. That should get the run in. A high fly ball that Konopelski will get under. Tagging is Jake DeBoer, and he will score easily. And that will be a sacrifice fly RBI for Ian Burley.
Nice piece of hitting by Burley. Stayed back. Severy with a breaking ball. Burley's body came out in front, but he kept his hands back enough and just drove the ball to center field and did his job and got the run in.
At the moment, of course, that is an unearned run, as DeBoer ended up on third base because of a couple of errors. Strike 1 to Grinovitzky. That's low. 1-1.
No. Not my bullpen.
This is where the dog days of summer, where the Reds out there now, you know, they're eliminated from the playoffs, but give them credit, they're out there, they're still battling. Severi's still out there giving it all he's got.
They're tied for 6th place. They came in tied with the Hawks. The Hawks 12-18. The Reds 11-17-1. Both teams 11 games out of first place. The Hawks with a better percentage. As they're at 400 win percentage to 397, primarily because of one tie.
Gary, the last time I had the opportunity to work a game with you, if you remember, the league from top to bottom was only separated by about 5.5 games, and it's played out now, obviously, where it's, you know, it is where it is. But you know, the better teams, obviously, it's not a sprint, it's more of a, you know, marathon, and the better teams have prevailed.
Called strike 2. I don't know whether he called it because he may have swung. There was no asking the first base umpire, so I assume that
ball was, it didn't look like he.
Well, it wasn't a strike.
Yes. We'll leave it at that.
That's a strike because it's fouled off. Count stays 4. 2 down. 1 run across here in the bottom of the 4th. Ball is out into right field and will drop for a base hit for Grinovitzky. So he's got a couple of hits tonight. 2 for 3, and he is a 2-out base runner for Jay Rothlenhausler, who singled the last time up and scored.
There's the breaking pitch by Severi. Just perfectly placed down the right field line by Grinovitzky.
Boy, we've seen a few of those base hits tonight. Not hit hard, but hit in the Bermuda Triangle, as Dan Lawyer calls it.
You're going to correct me, but you know, you have to hit them where they ain't. No, that's not. Is that a Yogi-ism?
I think, I don't know. Well, it sounds like something Yogi would say. You can never trust the information from the truck, you know? Yeah. Inside. 2-0. They're crediting Wee Willie Winkler with that saying.
He was a little before my time.
I think that's going to get out of here. That will not be playable. 2-1. The next time there is a sentence with bad grammar, though, I will credit you. We really killer. I did not play back when he played. Fouled off. 2-2.
Are you sure? I thought I read about you guys.
Now the 2-2. Change up and gobbled up by Rogers. Josh makes the play. But again, some damage by the Royals in the bottom of the fourth. 1 run on 1 base hit. No errors in the, or check it, 2 errors in the inning. And 1 runner left on base. It's 5-0, the end of 4. Stay with us.
Hot-blooded, hot-tempered, and just plain hot. Get ready for a red-hot summer on HBO. Don't miss the most talked-about original series and exclusive hit movies, all in stunning high def whenever you want. And it's all included with your HBO subscription. There's something for everyone all summer long, only on HBO with RCN.
Enjoy HBO and HBO On Demand for one low price. Call RCN today.
Welcome back. That guy has been outstanding. Ryan Amish throwing a shutout right now. He's given up just 3 base hits. He has not given up a run. As the biggest threat by the Reds occurred last inning when they had runners on second and third. They got on without a base hit. And there you see a couple, or some guys playing catch, warming up. That's 39 out there. That's Rothlenhauser, the DH.
He's a former catcher. He's warming somebody up out there.
I'm sure he's not. Yeah, there's Nick Bowen. We expect to see Nick next inning. That at least was the game plan. Stepping in, top of the order, Josh Rogers. Josh is 0 for 2. Line back to the pitcher and popped up to second base. Ball 1 to Josh Rogers. 1-1. Josh with a couple of nice plays at second base in this ball game.
You gotta like both second basemen in this game. DeBoer for the Royals and Rogers for the Reds. 2 scrappy type players that'll do whatever it takes to help their team win.
Well, right about now, the Phillies taking on Tim Lincecum tonight. That's going to be a pretty good game to watch.
I believe Vance Worley's
pitching. I think you're right.
Phillies.
Boy, he's been good, hasn't he? He's fun to watch. Of course, you're not watching this till 9:30, so you may already know the score. You may have said, wait a minute, I'm turning on Blue Mountain League Baseball. 2-2. Out back. Rogers with a good rip.
I got the 6 and 7.
Bob Surface was telling me last Sunday in that heat, it was ungodly. He had exactly 11 people, and himself being one of them. So he had 9 players in the field. He had 1 guy on the bench, I think it was Rothlenhauser, who was his DH. And he had 5 bat boys.
I would go with
so he said between telling the bat boys where the foul balls were going, because they none of them could follow the ball. Screaming at them in the heat,
they win.
not knowing
they do.
What he would do if somebody got hurt. There's another strikeout for Amy. He said he was going absolutely crazy. Strikeout number 8.
Nice breaking ball by Amy. Froze Rogers.
He struck out the sides in the second. The last inning, the only inning without a strikeout. Tyler Braun 1 for 2. Struck out and single. That's going to be a 1-hopper down to Grinovitzky.
Firewood, he broke the bat.
Yeah, he did. Grinovitzky fires a strike over to Angelo. And here's Max Mueller. Max is 1 for 2. Singled up the middle in the first. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the third. So what is that, Tom? About $140 or so?
The bats, the prices. I remember I was buying Caesar Cedeno models for $9.99. How about that?
Holy cow, those days are over.
You remember Caesar Cedeno?
I do.
That was my favorite bat.
Oh, there's a shot. Back goes Bortz. Back goes Bortz. He's going to get it. Nice play by Mike Bortz. He got turned around, but managed to get back, find it in the sun, and make the catch. We believe that's Ryan Amy's last inning. What a game, and what a nice play.
Amy comes in with a high fastball. Mueller gave it a nice ride, but Bortz tracked it down right in front of the fence.
No runs on 3 hits. There was an error, not in that inning, but they have committed 1 error. 6 runners now have been left on base. None in that inning. Braun and Turco Insurance Incorporated. You know who they are. 1501 South 4th Street in Allentown. 610-797-5828 for your auto, home, business, or life insurance needs. Call Bob Turco, Russ Braun. They provide high-quality insurance products and great customer service, and they know how to do it because they've been doing it since 1947. That's 64 years worth of business. Well, we think Ryan Amy is done, and you can't pitch much better than Ryan Amy pitched in that ball game. In this ball game, 5 runs, he gave up 3 hits, or 5 innings, no runs, 3 hits. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 8. Great performance.
He did hit 2 batters, though. But that gets the batter thinking, I'm not going to be able to dig in here, and Amy then would come away with some nice breaking pitches away. And
that goes back to Dan Moyer's point that sometimes you pitch too well. You know, if the batters know you're going to be always around that strike zone.
They're just digging in. You hear that a lot, and you hear that we moved his feet. We made him move his feet. You had to get him a little off balance, and don't let him dig in there. And
here's a name probably most people, the younger people watching, won't remember, but I remember Ryan Doran. Pitch for the Yankees. Ryan Doran had Coca-Cola bottle glasses. He could barely see.
The first pitch would go over the backstop.
Oh, the first pitch, and he threw the ball almost 100 miles an hour. The first pitch, he would plant into the backstop. And all of a sudden, you just saw guys saying, Coach, if you want to pinch hit, go ahead, pinch hit. And he could throw the ball, and he looked mean. He looked like he couldn't see you or the strike zone. That's what made him so effective. Kevin Thompson being effective. Kevin Thompson now 2 for 3 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and now a leadoff base hit.
Ball actually was down and in, and Thompson had his hands inside the baseball and lined it up the middle.
Here's Mike Bortz. Bortz with a solid base hit in the third. And he has walked, so he is officially 1 for 1. There's the 8th base hit, by the way, by the Royals. Inside, ball 1. Reds getting a little bullpen action right now, as Max Mueller is warming up. Oh, there's another broken bat. And that's going to be a base hit. I was following the bat, not sure where the ball was going. Hustling in the third base, and now hustling the second base. So that will be a good hustle play by everybody. It'll be a base hit by Bortz. Thompson goes to third, and then Bortz goes to second on the throw.
Bortz barrel, the bat flies out. Ground ball right down the third base line. Great hustle by Kevin Thompson. He read that right off the bat. The play was right in front of him. Good base running.
That will bring up Mark Nicholas. Nobody out, 2 runners on. And that's the 10th hit of the ball game.
Hold it up higher.
Low, ball 1. Nicholas is 0 for 2. Grounded into a fielder's choice and struck out.
Better.
Yep. It's a great hitting situation right here when you came up with man on second and third, less than 2 outs. Just wants to drive it to the outfield. On top of that, the infield's in. Reds can't give up any more runs.
And a 2-0 count to Nicholas. You see the infield in on the grass. Well, that is going to be playable. Chambers says he has it. It's straight up and straight down. And that looked like it was in fair territory. So that will be a pop out to the catcher.
You see the ball straight up in the air. Chambers does a nice job. The ball's always going to come back to you from behind the backstop back into the field of play, and Chambers did a nice job. Chambers did a nice job staying with the ball the whole way.
That will be considered a fair ball as Chambers came back into fair territory to make the catch. Here's Chris Sewell. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored.
I was watching the Pirates and the Braves last night just briefly, and the catcher for the Pirates, I forget his name, is like the 6th catcher they've used this year. Pop up similar to that, and it was like a circus. He caught it, but sometimes it can become an adventure.
Punched out into right center field, a long run that it will drop. That could get 2 in. Konopelski gets to it finally, but coming around with the second run is Mike Bortz, and 2 more runs for Hellertown as that ball gets away from Ben Chambers. And Chris Sewell with a 2 RBI double.
Number 15 just hurt himself.
And then we'll see whether or not we're going to charge an error here to get him to third base.
Sewell in there, breaking pitch. Sewell flies out, his front shoulder flies up, but he puts the ball in play in right center. Nice piece of hitting. I saw at the end of that play there, Gary, Mike Bortz hustling around to score, but he pulled up lame. I don't know what the extent of his injury is, but he hobbled in the dugout, and the Royals are taking a look to see if he's okay.
Well, that's going to be it for C.J. Severi as he will be replaced by Max Mueller. So Severi will go 4 1/3 innings. And we'll get all the numbers for him once they become totally official. With Sewell down at third base, he is responsible for him. So let's take a look at the numbers for Max Mueller. This will be his 7th appearance. He has started 5 games, and he's thrown 1 complete game. He does not have a save. He's 2 and 3 on the year, having gone 28 2/3 innings, given up 38 hits, 20 runs, 18 earned. He has walked 16 and struck out 27. And he has a 4.40 ERA. Max Mueller out on the mound. Max, of course, is sitting in the lineup as the DH. Let's go back to the trivia question brought to you by all of the starters restaurants. Marcangelo currently leads the BML with a .451 batting average, but he doesn't have the necessary number of plate appearances. How many plate appearances are required? And Tom, you won a batting title, right? Or came in second 1 year?
I was in the top 3 the 1 year. I hit 390 something the 1 year.
Do you know what that number is?
I do know the answer.
Okay.
75.
Yep. Marcangelo came in needing 9 more plate appearances. He has 3 tonight. And Bob Zerfas said, since we only have 3 games left, I need to get him at least 3 every game. So that's why he has stuck him in the leadoff spot. So the first batter that Mueller will face is Jake DeBoer. And that ball is low and inside, ball 1. Third base Sewell. And that's high and outside. So first 2 pitches out of the strike zone.
Well, Gary, earlier in the game you stated about how the Royals 5 of their losses have come against left-handers, but tonight they brought their hitting shoes with them.
Strike 1.
Against a quality pitcher in Severi.
Oh, it's a tough lineup. It's been tough all year. And he swung at that one, so the count goes to 2-2. 2 RBIs for DeBoer tonight, 2 RBIs for Thompson tonight, and 2 RBIs for Sewell tonight.
The Reds still infield drawn in. Can't give up any more runs.
Ian Burley with the other RBI. That one high and outside creates a full count. Just our second full count of the ball game.
Gary, you know, as a former player and an athlete, once you experience success and then you become more of a veteran team, it just, I don't want to say it comes automatic, but it makes things a lot easier.
Back is Rathjens. He gets to where he needs to be and then makes the catch. They're going to double up Chris Sewell. So Sewell was off the bag, and good hustle by Mueller to get over there for the double play. So a base running mistake by Chris, and that will end the inning. 2 runs on 3 hits as you get another look at it.
Nice play by Rathjens, and Sewell just fell asleep, and Mueller's came in from his pitching position, and nice play by the Reds.
That will do it. It's 7-0 at the end of 5. Stay with us.
You're watching RCN TV. RCN TV has provided award-winning local programming for more than 40 years to viewers in the metropolitan Lehigh Valley area.
The play of the year looks even better.
What a play! That was amazing!
When it's live. With MLB Extra Innings, you get up to 80 live games every week, all across the map. More games, more plays, more baseball. MLB Extra Innings on digital cable. Call now to order.
As we suspected, it's Nick Bowen coming in for a little work. Nick Bowen, certainly one of the aces on this baseball team. He has started 7 ball games, completed 3 of those. He does have a shutout this year. 51 1/3 innings. He's given up 50 hits, 24 runs, 22 earned. He has walked 22, struck out 52. Has a terrific 3.00 ERA. And he is 6-2 on the season. So Nick Bowen finishes up for Hellertown.
Gary, as I mentioned before, if you see Jay Rothlenhauser now has moved to first base and Mark Angelo has moved to left field. Mike Bortz is injured, obviously, and they removed him from the game. So the Royals made some changes. I believe they lose their DH then, and Nick Bowen will hit in the DH's. Or I'm sorry, Nick Bowen will hit in Bortz's spot because he would replace him.
Yeah.
So Angelo moved to left field, and Rothlenhauser moved to first base.
And we can complete the numbers for you on both Amy and Severi. For Amy, 57 pitches, 43 of which were strikes, 12 first pitch strikes, pitched 5 innings, did not give up a run, 3 hits, walked nobody, and struck out 8. About as good as it gets for the Royals. Bowen comes in and he can throw some heat. He's looking at Dan Borden. Borden is 0 for 2, struck out looking, and popped up or grounded unassisted to the first baseman. That's low, ball 2. The final numbers for Severi. He goes 4 1/3, gives up 7 runs, 6 earned, 11 base hits, walks 1 and strikes out 2. 80 pitches, 55 for strikes. Strike 1 to Borden, 2-1.
So the good news is the Reds don't have to face Amy anymore. The bad news is they face a 6-game winner in Nick Bowen.
Going outside, ball 3. And Nick, as we mentioned earlier in the ball game, just in there to get somewhere. I always found it difficult. I was a starting pitcher, and I always found it difficult relieving.
When you're so used to starting the game. And
the first batter to face Bowen is walked. So that will bring up Ben Chambers. Chambers 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Bowen expected to get the start next Tuesday when the playoffs begin. Zerf is expecting to take on the Falcons of Easton. Ball on to Chambers.
I had the opportunity to watch Easton the other night against the Orioles. The Orioles won on a walk-off home run by Nate Harris. But the Falcons, a very young team, and again, trying to have to get some success, get in the playoffs, and hopefully win again. They want to win a series, but they're going to go up against the Royals. But you want to just keep improving each year.
They've really improved their lineup this year. They went out and got some good arms.
They had a young pitcher the other day, I believe it was Burke throwing. He's a Lehigh University pitcher, and he threw a nice game for the Falcons.
1-2 to Ben Chambers. Butler and Rathjens to follow.
That's what makes this league so to the level where it's at. You have the veterans, then you have the young college kids coming in, some ex-minor leaguers, some high school kids coming in.
I always felt that this was the best league to learn the craft of playing baseball. I mean, even playing Legion ball and high school ball, this, when you went up against the veterans, particularly as a pitcher, you really had to pitch. I mean, you couldn't throw the ball by them. You had difficulty fooling them. So you really had to work the plate inside, outside location, and you had to kind of outguess them. So you really worked mentally.
You had to be a pitcher as opposed to a thrower, where possibly in your, Legion high school you can get away with some things, but these are some veteran players.
3-2 count now run here on Chambers. The Reds trying to put together some kind of rally. They're down by 7. That's a foul ball. Count stays 3-2.
And you have to give this league credit, and Bob Zerfas, Punkin Miller, Mr. Pacioli down at Martins Creek. These franchises have been going strong for years. And hopefully...
And it's hard to break into that threesome. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen again this year. The Falcons will become the 4th team, probably.
Yep. Give Eric Schmidt at Martins Creek, the manager, he does a very nice job down there with the Creekers.
Well, Borden was running. The ball was fouled, and Dan realizes, I got to go back to first base and maybe do this again. That was a fastball, and sitting on it was Chambers. He just got around on it. Boy, this is a tough at-bat. 10th pitch of this at-bat. Coming up right now.
Chambers, nice young hitter. Left-handed hitting catcher.
Ian Burley on the move. Burley back. He won't get to this one, as this will be a one-hopper to the fence. They will send the runner. Dan Borden will stay at third base. Nick D'Amico was waving him around and then changed his mind. So that will be a solid double for Ben Chambers to put runners on second and third with nobody out.
Chambers on the 11th pitch of the at-bat stays back, hits the ball right in the alley in right center field for a stand-up double. Second hit of the night. He's 2 for 3 tonight.
Brings up Josh Butler, who was 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th. Struck out in the 2nd. Ball 1. Well, Bowen maybe getting a little more work than he wanted right now. He's going to have to bear down here. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
As you mentioned earlier, you know, as a starting pitcher, you're used to your routine. It's 5:30, 20 after 5, whatever it be, and you're out there and you're getting ready. And now all of a sudden it's the 6th inning of a baseball game and your whole routine's out of whack.
I thought he swung. Bill Pencil said no. 2-1.
It's nice to see Bill Pencil out there. I used to play. He used to umpire.
Oh, how many years, huh? Great basketball coach at Bangor.
Just a good man.
Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Remember when it was Bill Pollock night? And I know we're switching sports. When this past winter, Coach Pencil was there, as many others were. And sports is a great thing, Gary.
Bill's been around the game of baseball forever. Does a lot of college umpiring. Swing and a miss. Bowen took a little off of that one, and Butler way out in front of it. There it is.
Take a look. Bowen, nice slider. Ball started on the outer half of the plate and broke off the plate. Butler could not lay off it.
Brings up Rathjens. He's been on twice, hit by a pitch and got on an error. Officially 0 for 1. Right at the second baseman, keeping it in front of him is DeBoer. He'll make the out at first. And that will be an RBI for Rathjens, as that scores Dan Borden with the first run of the ball game for the Reds.
Courtesy runner.
Obviously with a 7-0 lead, they were not all that interested in that run.
They were just interested in getting an out. It's a nice play by DeBoer. It took a nasty hop on him, and he got his body in front of it and made the play.
4th RBI of the year for Jay. And that brings up Nick D'Amico. Strike 1 to Nick. Nick is 0 for 1. Strikeout and a sacrifice bunt. Fouls that one off, 0-2. Ben Chambers at third. 1 run in. Reds down to their final 4 outs.
It's hard to believe that Nick Bowen is in his 13th year in the Blue Mountain League.
And that will be strike 3, looking on the inside part of the plate. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors in the inning, and 1 runner left on base. Tom?
Bowen with a nice another slider. This one started the middle, the inner part of the plate, broke over to the middle for strike 3.
Our final thank you to Tom Schwindy of Schwindy's Glove Relacing.com. Relace that glove. We know how you get attached to a mitt, and you can stay attached if you go to Tom Schwindy to repair it. He's been doing it for over 20 years. He not only relaces gloves, but he repairs torn and broken gloves as well. His material top quality. And he's got many different colors of lacing. He'll have you looking like a pro. 3-year guarantee on every repair. And that's what separates him from the competition. Get $5 off if you mention this ad. Thanks to Tom Schwindy, 264 East 9th Street in Northampton. So the Royals looking at probably their last at-bat tonight. Then they'll play the Reds again on Thursday. And they'll finish up the season on Sunday, I guess appropriately, as they'll take on the Creekers at Martins Creek. And right now, if one had to bet, you would bet that those two will meet in the championship final. But the Orioles hoping they have something to say about that. Lineport hoping that we're not even going to talk about the Orioles. We'd be talking about the Dodgers. We know that's a big ball game tonight at Egypt.
And the Falcons are saying.
The Falcons are just hanging there. They're sitting there with a game-and-a-half lead over the Dodgers and a half a game behind the Orioles for 3rd place.
Anything can happen in short, best-of-5 series. But what the Royals have that other teams, they just have pitching depth, and pitching in short series usually prevails.
Max Mueller working his 2nd inning. Throws a pitch inside to Mark Angelo, ball 1. So Mark with 4 at-bats tonight. This is his 70th plate appearance of the year. So he needs 5 more and then needs to keep that average up. Tonight, 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch.
Well, the rest of the league should be happy. They've only played half the game, half the time, basically.
Two and 1. And we've gotten some really nice comments about our Blue Mountain League coverage. There's a good curveball or slider.
Even the 2 games that I've announced with you?
We have, yeah. And, you know, if you enjoy our Blue Mountain League baseball, let us know. And another hit by a pitch. So Mark Angelo twice tonight now has been hit by a pitch, but it does count as a plate appearance. He is the only Royal to be hit tonight. And that brings up Ian Burley. Burley 0 for 2, but he does have a sacrifice fly RBI in his last at-bat. Scored Jake DeBoer from third base. Burley's one of those real tough outs. He's got a quick bat, chokes up a little bit. He also has good power, and Ian has 3 home runs.
He can hit anywhere in the lineup, 1 through 5.
1-1.
2004, he was the MVP in the Blue Mountain League. Lafayette grad, 6-time All-Star.
Good career at Lafayette. Two-1.
Did I read today or see somewhere the Lafayette athletic director is?
Bruce McCutcheon will serve 1 more year as the athletic director, and then he is going to go into the athletic. He will head up athletic funding and raising funds for athletics. That's a fielder's choice. Rogers to D'Amico. That's 4 to 6. That eliminates Angelo from the base path.
We take a play. Rogers over to D'Amico, and again, you know, you just have to be in the vicinity of the base.
Yeah, I think he had the bag. Don't listen to our director. He tries to find idiosyncrasies to every play, you know? Here is Chris Grinovitsky. Chris had a good night. He's 2 for 3. A couple of singles, 1 up the middle and 1 to right center.
As I stated earlier in the year, I filled in, Chris was hitting 200. Now he's up to about 286. He's creeping up towards that 300 mark.
2-0.
Probably have a closet full of Philly stuff.
You can tell we're coming to the end of July. It's getting darker sooner. Or as Yogi used to say, it's getting later earlier.
And I believe in the playoffs, the games start early. I think they start at 5:45.
They do. Which is a little bit of a concern for Reserve. He's got about 3/4 of his team. The guys work till 5 o'clock. So a 5:45 start is trick for them. Nice job by Joe Shaw as that pitch hit Grinovitsky off his foot, I believe, and Joe giving him a little time to
regroup.
Ease the pain, yeah. 3-1. First base, Burley. 1 down. On deck, Rothlenhausler.
Here we go, Max.
Beaten to the ground, the count will go full.
We might have to give an error there to Bob Zerfas. He didn't come up cleanly with the ball.
Misplayed it. There's Zerf.
We'll take a look again, see if we can score a hit or an error. Well,
that's an error. Yeah. Would have had it with a glove. EC on the play. See if the runner's going here with one down. He is. Swing and a miss. And there'll be a stolen base for Burley. Second stolen base for the Royals. And the first strikeout for Mueller. 2 down for Rothlenhausler. He is 1 for 3 with a run scored. He had a single in the third. Well, the left-handed jinx was beaten tonight. We mentioned Hellertown with 6 losses, 5 to left-handers. Strike 1 to Jay. Tom and I will be back with you. Oh, that's our third busted bat of the night. Ground ball to Rogers, and that will end the 6th. No runs. There were no hits in the inning. No errors. 1 runner left on base. The Reds have 3 outs. They're down by 6. Stay with us. Welcome back. It's time for our Starters Pub, Starters Riverport, Starters Clubhouse players tonight of the game. With the stick, it's going to be Kevin Thompson. Kevin Thompson scored a couple of runs, and that one, Tom Stout, was jacked.
2-run home run driven deep to left field by Kevin Thompson.
So 2 RBIs, 2 hits, 2 runs scored. And there you get a look at our other player of the game, Ryan Amy. 5 shutout innings, 8 strikeouts, didn't walk anybody, and gave up just 3 hits. So it's Ryan Amy, Kevin Thompson, our starters players of the game. 9, 1, and 2 to step in for the Reds. I mentioned Tom and I will be back with you, not with a small round ball, but with a bigger one. We'll have the Catasauqua, I think the 22nd annual Catasauqua Tournament of Champions next Thursday night. It's always an interesting night of basketball. All the champions from the various summer leagues in the Lehigh Valley and in Monroe County get together, and they determine which of those teams is the best team. We'll have that for you next Thursday.
Gary, you've been doing the tournament for many years. I still wear my T-shirt from last year from the 2 young men that gave us the T-shirt at the tournament for the Tournament of Champions.
We have a pinch hitter here for the Reds, and a swing and a miss. 0-2. It's Pat Walsh. Pat Walsh is the pinch hitter.
This young hitter, Pat Walsh, I believe, played on the Carpenter Cup team. He's a Bethlehem Catholic graduate.
And he's behind 0-2. Nick Bowen with his 2nd inning of work.
I believe Pat is going to attend Lehigh University this fall.
He is going to look at a 3rd strike swinging. First striker making the 2nd strikeout for Nick Bowen.
Take a look, Bowen with a nice breaking pitch. Walsh swings right through it. There's your case, Gary. There's a very good high school baseball player getting in the bat tonight against Nick Bowen in his 13th year in the Blue Mountain League. And welcome to the BML.
Here's another pinch hitter. Joe Connell steps in to bat for Josh Rogers. So Nick getting some guys some swings. That's going to be a chopper. Sewell will grab it. He has to make the long throw. He does. And that'll be a base hit for Joe Connell, as Rothlenhausler pulled off the bag.
Take a look at the high hop, deep third. Sewell makes a nice play. Throw pulls Rothlenhausler off the bag. Look at Jake DeBoer, though. Here we are in the 29th game of the year. It's 7-1. Jake DeBoer came from 2nd base and all the way over to back up the throw.
He's a coach.
I was going to just say that.
Yeah, he's a coach. So coaches do what they're supposed to do. Otherwise, How do you tell your kids to do what you're supposed to do?
At all times. That's good baseball.
Tyler Braun, 1 for 3 on the night. He singled to left in the third, struck out and grounded to short. Another broken bat. Pop fly to DeBoer. He'll put it away. That is a third bat that has been sawed in half. One tonight that broke was not sawed off, but the other 3 have been.
The barrel has flew out there.
He's got a small piece of it in his hand, does Tyler Braun. The rest of it, man.
That's the only thing with, you're using wooden bats. They cost money and you're breaking them, and these guys, sometimes some organizations get little sponsorship money and whatnot, but they could prove costly.
Well, yeah, you think bats, baseballs, catcher's equipment, uniforms. Here's Max Mueller. 0-2 on Mueller. Mueller on the night is 1. Mueller with a base hit in the first, grounded into a fielder's choice and flied out. And that's going to do it. A strong second inning of work for Nick Bowen as he strikes out 2 of the 3, gives up just 1 base hit. And this was a kind of typical Hellertown night of baseball, as they took care of business again. They win their 12th ball game in a row. The final line score for the Reds, 1 run on 5 hits. They committed 4 errors in the ball game, and they left 8 runners on base. For the Royals, 7 runs on 11 hits. They committed 1 error, and they left 6 runners on base. The Royals go to 23-6 now, 12 straight. Vynecrest 11-18-1. And they will meet one another again on Thursday at Lehigh. Great performance tonight by Ryan Amy, and a terrific performance at the plate by Kevin Thompson. They were our players of the game. Tom Stout, as we look at a young man stealing second, literally stealing second, we will call this the end of our Blue Mountain League regular season. We hope to be back for the championship final. As I mentioned, Tom and I will be back next Thursday with the Catasauqua Tournament of Champions. My thanks to Tom Stout, Rick Dio, our director, the RCN television team, and to all of you for spending part of the summer with us on the Blue Mountain League Game of the Week. Make sure you check our schedule for the championship final. For all of us, I'm Gary Laubach. Good night, everybody.